Hello and welcome to the April 8th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Sim Kerr. A new composting program was scheduled to start this semester for the townhouses. This pilot program was being run by Elena Traister, Professor of Environmental Studies. Reporter May Craig finds out what will be happening with this new composting program.
This week on Beacon Web News, I interviewed Professor of Environmental Studies Dr. Elena Traister on her plans to start a pilot compost program for the townhouses.
We started to think about how we might be able to expand food waste collection to the townhouses. And this is a project that came out of some of the work that a student, um, Cassie Wright, um, started last semester. She started looking at waste reduction on campus. And then this semester, another student, Matt Duffy, has continued to work on reducing waste on campus. And so it's, of course, has to be a collaboration um, with some really great partners on campus. So RPS, of course, so Diane Manning, and also McKenna Hollisey. And so we started to think about how we might be able to start this food waste collection in the townhouses. And we are all committed to starting small, to trying to just kind of test run a pilot, see if it will work, learn from the pilot, and then hopefully expand out from there to ideally cover all of the students who are interested in collecting food waste in the townhouses. So that's the idea in a nutshell.
And how will the composting program work?
Really, what we are doing right now is just collecting the food waste. So um, RPS has purchased some containers so that they can be stored in student townhouses, so that students would have their trash bin, their recycle bin, and then also their food waste bin. And what's important is that the food waste bin have a cover that fits snugly, so that there's no bad smells, no fruit flies, anything like that. So as long as it's all self-contained, there shouldn't be problems. And then there would be a central food waste collection bin, a larger one, for the students to take their individual food waste out to the sort of central collection point. And that would be located along with the other waste and recycle bins, that sort of the central locations at the townhouses. So in terms of cost, there's a lot to think about. So right now, MCLA pays for waste to be removed. So, and I actually don't know the difference in terms of how much MCLA pays for one of the toters of garbage to be removed compared with, a toter of food waste. So there's going to be some different costs there, for just paying for materials at all to be removed. So RPS purchased the food waste containers for the townhouses, and the idea is that those food waste containers would be a one-time purchase to outfit the townhouses, so they wouldn't have to be purchased by students. And these are rugged bins, so they could be used over the long term. So the centralized compost bins that are going to be located along with the trash bins and the recycle bins for all the students to take their materials out. Those are being provided free of charge. And Casilla already comes to MCLA to collect both garbage and food waste and recyclables, so there isn't any additional cost to picking up those materials. Costs are just for that one-time purchase of the food waste bins that would go into the student townhouses. Also, feel free to include that if there are students who will be coming back in the fall who anticipate being in the townhouses and are interested in participating in the pilot, I would very much welcome anyone to get in touch with me. The students that were signed up for this semester, many of them are seniors. So we'll be looking to recruit not more than 6 townhouses for the small pilot that will start in the fall.
For Beacon Web News, I'm May Craig.
With many places now shut down due to the pandemic, it can put a strain on different forms of entertainment. Robert Wehry lets us know what is happening to the entertainment industry during this time.
Hello everyone! Welcome to this week's episode of Wehry Weekly Entertainment News. It's a difficult time for local entertainment industries in the Berkshires during the coronavirus outbreak. Many of them have been forced to either shift their summer schedules or shut down entirely. For instance, the dance festival Jacob's Pillow is canceling its entire season for the first time in its 88-year history. According to Artistic Director Pamela Tacey, this was done for the safety of staff, artists, audiences, and the larger Berkshire community. The cancellation will reduce the Pillow's year-round workforce of 45 full-time employees by 40%. It is the first entertainment landmark in the Berkshires to close for the 2020 season. In Stockbridge, the Berkshire Theatre Group has delayed its summer schedule. It was hoping to open in May, but will now start in July with a performance of Godspell. In addition, the number of scheduled shows was changed from 10 to 6, with Peter Pan replacing BTG's annual A Christmas Carol production. Berkshire Theatre Group will now run its summer schedule until December. WWLP, Springfield's NBC affiliate, is now available on Channel 14 on Spectrum TV in the Berkshires. It was originally dropped in 2017, but faced backlash from state Congress. As of right now, the channel is just playing 37 hours of weekly local news on a loop, as well as Mass Appeal, a lifestyle show about Western Massachusetts. The reason for the 24-hour news perspective remains unclear. To lift spirits, the Berkshire Eagle has established the What's Open feature online. This is very useful to see what essential businesses and entertainment are still open. Visit https://www.berkshireeagle.com/what'sopen for more information. Local business owners can get in contact with the Berkshire Eagle to post their hours. To do so, email either Katie Toots or Noah Hoffenberg at Berkshire Eagle's website. Spectrum TV is also offering the channel Epics for free for customers until April 19th. Viewers can watch over 123 movies, including The Avengers, Bumblebee, Captain America, and the entire James Bond collection. In addition, there are 15 series to binge watch. These include War of the Worlds, Godfather of Harlem, Berlin Station, Pennyworth, and others. Visit Epix' website to see all the movies and shows currently available. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker was released on demand this week. It was the 6th highest grossing movie of 2019, earning over $390 million. This was the last movie released in the latest Star Wars trilogy, and is great in case you missed the movie in theaters, or just want to see it again. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is rated PG-13. Finally, in my previous episode of Weird Weekly Entertainment, I discussed how many movies that were going to premiere in the theater were either delaying their releases or canceling them altogether. There is one movie, however, that is taking a different approach. Trolls World Tour is the first major movie to have a world premiere debut on demand due to the coronavirus outbreak. This makes perfect sense. A great family movie to watch during high anxiety times. We all need to enjoy a few laughs during this time, and Trolls World Tour is the perfect dose of medicine. That ends this week's edition of Weary Weekly Entertainment News. I hope everyone watching stays healthy and safe during this very difficult time. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to both my YouTube page and Beacon Web News'. Thank you.
With classes moving online, students can still receive the academic services that were available to them on campus. I spoke with the writing studio, Ceci's tutoring coordinator, and a few tutors from the Math Drop-In Center to see how this will all work. With the move from campus living to online classes, many services have had to move online as well. Programs such as the Writing Studio, the Math Drop-In Center, and tutoring have all moved online to accommodate students' needs.
I think from the institution as a whole, any way we can continue to support students through this difficult time, everybody was on board for that.
So again, we decided to do asynchronous appointments, which means that writers can just go to our online appointment system and they upload their assignments to the assignment slots just like they used to. It's encrypted, it's safe. It really is a conversation between the writing associate and the writer. And what happens is the writing associate will download the essay and they will use the commenting function to make comments in a conversational format.
It is online through Canvas, so students can log in and reach their tutors. Tutors have posted their hours and their availability, but that's not to say that if a tutee or a student had a question during the week, they couldn't post it there, and if the tutor was available outside of those hours, they're responding.
There's a link on Canvas that people can click on, which brings it to like a channel of sorts where people can post. So what the idea is a student who's visiting the drop-in center can post to the channel and be like, hey, I need help with blah, 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 whatever course they're taking. And then one of the tutors who's on call, I guess you could say at that point, will respond, and that can get moved to a private chat. And then whatever works best for the student and the tutor, they can do video chatting, or it can be, a back and forth messaging thing, whatever works best.
And the hardest part is when it comes to actually tutoring people, different people have different ways that they learn. So I was able to just chat with this other person, and we were talking about derivatives, and we worked through a bunch of different problems back and forth. For some people, that's just not the way that they learn. You can talk at them, but it's not a way that will always make sense.
There are some difficulties with being online, but these programs are working through them to help students with their academics. For Beacon Web News, I'm Sim Kerr. That's it for this week. To stay up to date with BWN, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/MCLA BWN. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.